Hello, my name is Jessica Smith, and I'm a legal studies student at the University of Wisconsin-Superior. And my research this summer is on missing and murdered Indigenous people, a healing journey of raising survivor and grassroots warrior voices. I am a survivor of domestic abuse, sexual assault, and sex trafficking, and all three directly correlate with the epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous people. And this is kind of just a really quick background on some of the underlying issues that relate to why so many Indigenous people are going missing and getting murdered. The main thing that I want to touch on is historical and multi-generational trauma. Historical trauma is trauma that is experienced by a specific group of people, like the violent colonization of Native Americans. The effects of historical trauma still affect Native people today. It contributes to the MMIP epidemic. My current study, I used mixed methods. I surveyed 35 Indigenous people across the country and in Canada, and I did qualitative interviews with 12 people from different aspects of work across the country as well. And the survey results, I asked people, if they were abused, and 29% said yes, they were abused sexually as a child, and 38% said they were abused emotionally as a child. And only 50% of the victims had reported the crimes that were against them. And I also asked if they knew the person that victimized them or if the person was a stranger, family member, and the majority, the higher amount was 44% of people that were victimized by their intimate partner. When I asked what grooming was, 90% of the people said yes and 10% said no. And what grooming is it's really the trickery and lies that is involved when girls and women are getting tricked into sex trafficking. Oftentimes, the trafficker makes their victim think that there's a romantic relationship, that there's a lot of promises, fake promises and lies, and then they end up getting sex trafficked. So what I did with this study was I took the needs that I found within my survey data, and I turned around and I followed up with qualitative interviews with people that are providing services. And one of the main things that I'd like to touch on in this part here is that a lot of the people really feel more comfortable with culturally informed services. And there is a lack of culturally informed services that are available for survivors of sex trafficking, violence, really even drug treatment. There's a lack of culturally based services. So I really wanted to introduce people to people that have connections, people that are providing these services, taking the quantitative data from the survey and meeting those needs that I found within the same report. And this is a list of the people that I featured within my report. And the report is 50 pages long. So every single person on this list here is really detailed in their work, the services that they provide. Annita Lucchesi is the founder of Sovereign Bodies Institute, and she created the database for missing and murdered Indigenous people because no government entity has ever undertaken such effort. Indigenous people are completely invisible in government systems. And a lot of cities don't even have systems in place that have a category for Native American people. So when Annita created the database she was trying to work on her thesis, and she needed a number of missing people, and there wasn't one to be found. So she created it herself. And now it's become her life's work, and there's over 4,200 cases logged in that database. Also, Lenny Hayes is a two-spirit national advocate for violence against men and boys. And when people hear MMIW, they think that it's just women that are going missing and getting hurt, when really it's all Native people. So I really wanted to feature Lenny's work as well because nobody ever created this space for him to heal. So he started his own private practice to create that space for men and boys. The time was really limited with this study because I'm doing it for the McNair Scholar Program, and they're the ones who funded the research, but I didn't have enough time to really interview all the people that I wanted to do, so I'm going to do a continuation of this study, and I'm releasing the report at the end of probably within a month or so. Sovereign Bodies Institute's website and my personal research website are listed there for anybody that wants to read the report. Thank you.